Good morning and happy money making Monday to everybody out there. CJ Curry back with another PrizePicks video. We're going to be taking a look at a couple of different PrizePicks plays. We've got a pretty juicy Kyrie Irving points discount out there that we'll discuss. And I got one more play that maybe you want to pair with it. Maybe you want to add these to a larger 5-pick or 6-pick flex play. Now, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, get subscribed now. It's free for you guys to subscribe. I'm dropping free picks frequently here on this YouTube channel. So if you're into that sort of thing, NBA player props or PrizePicks related content, this is the place for you. While you're there subscribing, also ring that bell so that you're alerted anytime I drop a new piece of content. In today's video, let's go for 199.5 or more likes. I'm taking the over because I think that you and I can absolutely get the job done, all right? Now, if you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, promo code Curry still getting you that 100% instant deposit match. So when you play on PrizePicks for the first time and you make your very first deposit, for every dollar that you put in, PrizePicks is going to match you dollar for dollar up to $100, making your first entry on PrizePicks a risk-free entry. In other words, they're going to give you free money. Who doesn't like a free bet? I've left a link down in the description of today's video. Get started playing on PrizePicks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, so let's look at this Kyrie Irving discount because he started off at 25.5 points. He's been bumped down to 21.5 points, and I'm a sucker for a good discount. But is this a good discount? Well, maybe. Let's take a look at today's game real quick. We go to that Dallas and Washington game. This one tips off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We see that the Dallas Mavericks are projected to win by 14.5 points. So yes, there is major blowout risk in this particular matchup here. Luka Doncic is going to be healthy and playing. Kyrie Irving looks like he's going to be healthy and be playing today. So it'll be Kyrie and Luka holding down the backcourt for the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the good sign of this game is that there is 248.5 implied points. So, yes, it's probably going to blow out because Dallas is a much better team than Washington. But with that many points, with that total being so high, it seems like there would be an opportunity here for Kyrie Irving to get 22 or more points. So let's head over to props.cash real quick. I've already got his line set at 21.5 points, and I want to show you the games in which he's played this season and how many times he's actually been successful at going over 21.5 points. So he's appeared in 31 games this season, gone over in 22 out of 31. That's a 71% hit rate, which is fantastic. We love 71% hit rates. Typically, I look for 60% or better. In this case, we got 70% or better. He's averaging 25.2 points per game. Now, that's all well and good, but we also want to know how he's performed with Luka Doncic in that starting lineup. So when I add games in which he's played alongside of Luka, the hit rates dropped down to 69%, still very healthy. 18 out of 26 games in which he's appeared, he has gone over, averaging still 24.1 points per game alongside of Luka Doncic. Now, he will be playing at home tonight. And when he plays at home with Luka in Dallas, I mean, look at these hit rates. 10 out of 12 times he has gone over at home. He's currently riding a 10-game hit streak, playing alongside Luka in front of the Dallas Mavericks fans, averaging 25.4 points per game at home with Luka. So the matchup is good. Obviously, the Washington Wizards, they rank 30th in points allowed. That's dead last. No other team in the league is giving up more points per game to opposing teams than this Washington Wizards team is. Now, we could also look at some DVP information. Let's look at a last 7-game sample and see how Washington has defended opposing point guards over that 7-game span. We got to scroll down just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little. 22.4 points per game given up to opposing point guards over their last 7 games. So that kind of gives you an idea of how many points they're giving up. We can back it up to the last 15 games as well and see if they've improved or gotten worse when defending opposing point guards. And it looks like they've gotten worse over the last 7 games. Last 15, they're giving up just 20.3 points per game to point guards. And then that number obviously has gotten worse, like we said, over the last 7. Now, it's kind of hard to determine who's the point guard, who's the shooting guard, etc. between him and Luka Doncic. I guess you could call Luka more the point guard. Kyrie plays more maybe off the ball as like a shooting guard. I don't know. That's for you to decide. But as far as points per game go, we know that the Washington Wizards have given up quite a few. Now, let's go over to RotoWire real quick. I want to show you guys a RotoWire projection here for Kyrie Irving's points promo at 21.5. Take a look at this. At 21.5 points, All these blue bars, that's what you want to see when you're looking at RotoWire and using this RotoWire tool. And if you're not using this RotoWire tool, I've got an all-access 2-day pass for you waiting down in the description of today's video. Use that special link and take advantage of that. Take this RotoWire PrizePicks dashboard for a spin. I think you'll really like it. They've done a great job of revamping and overhauling the overall look and feel and usability of this tool here. But nonetheless, Kyrie Irving at 21.5 points. You see that he is projected for 25.4 points. So that's about 4 points higher than his discounted line of 21.5. Some of these sports books have him at 24.5, 25.5, and even as high as 26.5 points. And as we mentioned, the hit rates are good. So there's a lot to like here about Kyrie Irving. So the projection here, 25.4. Let's check a second projection just so that we see how the other projection models that are out there are liking Kyrie Irving. And Action Labs, one of my favorite fantasy projections of all, has him at 27.5 points, guys. 21.5 on PrizePicks right now, 27.5 projected points. That's a difference of 6 whole points. So yes, I'm liking Kyrie Irving's more. I don't think I would take the less at 21.5. If you're thinking about taking the less on anything on Kyrie Irving points, well, then you probably want to take the less under the 25.5 line. But for me, I'm not going to try to get cute. I'm going to keep things real straightforward and simple and just take the discount for over 21.5. It's a great value. And hopefully the best outcome is he hits for more than 21.5. All right, take a look at this second play. It's Kawhi Leonard of the Los Angeles Clippers, 3.5 assists. This game is expected to stay close and competitive, which is what we are looking for. There's many games that are expected to blow out tonight. I'm trying to find the ones that are expected to stay close and competitive and avoid injury news and avoid teams with new players and personnel. You know, there's a lot of things going on post-trade deadline, pre-All-Star break. All-Star break's right around the corner. And so you're going to have to kind of be picky and choosy with the spots that you take some of these player props. So this game, the Minnesota Timberwolves and Los Angeles Clippers, 222.5 points with just a 4-point spread. So it's not the highest total on the board by far at 222.5 points. But at least there's a 4-point spread, which means that we should see 4 quarters from a guy like Kawhi Leonard. Now, in 4 quarters of play, I think Kawhi Leonard's chances of going over 3.5 assists are pretty darn good. When we go over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and we scroll down just a little, you see that there's about a 53.5% chance at about 9:30 a.m. Eastern time of Kawhi Leonard going over 3.5 dimes. A lot of these sports books that have him at 3.5, you're seeing a lot of action, a lot of juice for the over. Minus 135 on Pinnacle, minus 140 on FanDuel, minus 130 betting favorite to go over on DraftKings. So you kind of get the picture here. We're going with the grain, the wind at our back, with the current, not against it. And so, it's not a 100% chance to hit. It's a 53.5% chance to hit. But that 3.5% makes all the difference in the world on a player prop that's typically set at a 50-50 line. So we'll take the 3.5% in our favor. The advantage is what we're looking for, and we're getting a little bit of an advantage here on Kawhi Leonard. Now, there's a lot of other plus EV plays that you're seeing here on this Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Feel free to pause the video. Maybe you want to investigate, explore some of these other picks on this tool, or maybe you want to get full access to the tool. And if you do, code Curry is going to save you 25%. I've left a special link down in the description of today's video. Take the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer out on a lovely pre-Valentine's date and save 25% off your first month. Again, use that special code, save yourself some moolah. Take a look at Kawhi Leonard's hit rates over the last 15 games here on props.cash. Kawhi's been doing a great job over the last 15 games, averaging 4.5 assists per game. That's 1 whole assist higher than where his line is today at just 3.5. He's hit in 11 out of the last 15 games in which he's appeared. That's a 73% hit rate, my friends. We like 70+% hit rates. So I like what I'm seeing here so far with Kawhi Leonard. Now we take a look at his previous matchups versus Minnesota. He's only played Minnesota once this season. In that game back on January the 14th, which was about a month ago, he had 4 assists versus the T-Wolves in that game. So he's 1 for 1 in head-to-head matchups this season versus this same Minnesota Timberwolves squad. Now, when you look at Kawhi Leonard's home games, things get even more impressive here. His last 15 home games or so, his assists have been really good. He's gone over in 11 out of 15 of his last home games. And he's riding a 6-game hit streak in which he's gone over 3.5 assists at home. And he's also hitting 8 of his last 9. So you got to just love the consistency that you're seeing here over the last 10 or so for Kawhi Leonard at 3.5 dimes. Now, as far as matchups go, we'll call Kawhi Leonard a small forward. We'll look at the last 7 games. And when we look at the last 7, you see that Minnesota's given up 4.1 assists per game to opposing small forwards, which puts them right around the top 12 in terms of assists per game allowed to the position over the last 7 games. So it's a pretty decent matchup. Not a real strong matchup, but also not a real difficult matchup for Kawhi Leonard. 4+ assists should be doable here for Leonard in this one. Take a look at some projections. We're going to go back over here to RotoWire and type in Kawhi Leonard's name. And you can see that out of all the Kawhi Leonard props, the only one that RotoWire likes right now for the over or the more play are his assists. He's projected for 3.57 dimes, just putting him a little bit above the 3.5 marker. But I like the projection that I saw over here on the action projection tool. So we'll head over there and I'll show you that one. Projected for 4.1 assists. We need 4 or more to get paid. And in this case, we are getting a solid projection for Kawhi Leonard to get that 4 that we covet so badly. So there's another pick for you, Kawhi Leonard for more than 3.5 assists. Again, you could take these in a 2-pick power play if you want, or you can add these to a larger entry size. Maybe you want to go for a 10x payout on a 5-pick flex. Maybe you want to go for that 25x payout on a 6-pick flex. I think for me right now, I don't have enough picks to make a 6-pick flex, so maybe I jump on this as a 2-pick power play, or add a couple more and make it a 4-pick or something like that. But do what you want to do. It's your money. Go crazy. Get loose with it. Like Short said, let Bruce hit it. CJ Curry here, guys. Good luck on all your picks, plays, and parlays. And if you want even more picks, plays, and parlays, I got you covered. Link down in the description. You guys can go ahead and click the Dub Club link, join the community, and I'll bless you guys with even more picks throughout the day today. Good luck. Catch you in the next video. Peace.